All right, this is Eric Jesse. Today I'm going to be doing the 8.7, which is the paraphrase chunks, then put it together. I got a fifth grade student with me to get it done today. Should be a good time. Looking forward to it. So, Jonah, for this book, we are doing nonfiction. It's LeBron James versus Michael Jordan. For this strategy, like I said, it's called the paraphrase chunks and put it together. We need to stop after each paragraph or short section. Think of how can I say what I learned in my own words. Then we'll just jot a little note down in the margin, or since we're on virtually, we'll just do it on our own piece of paper. And then we'll go back over the margin notes and think what the article is about mostly, or not article, but book. So I'll show you the first page just so we can get it done correctly. So LeBron James versus Michael Jordan. Introduction. Basketball is a team sport, but one-on-one matchups take place all over the court. Fans can usually tell who outplayed the opponent on any given night. But how do you compare players from different eras? Okay, so that was a paragraph. So I'm going to write a little note just about basketball in general. So for my note, I'm going to write basketball requires players to work together. All right, next paragraph. Michael Jordan is widely considered the best to ever play in the National Basketball Association. With 6 championship rings, 10 scoring titles, and 5 most valuable player awards, it's hard to disagree. Until you consider LeBron James, that is. He's got 3 rings and 4 MVP trophies, and he was still going strong in 2017. Okay, so then I want to jot down another note. So for that note, I'm going to write Michael Jordan and LeBron James are considered 2 of the greatest basketball players ever. Okay, which one was better? It's an argument without a right or wrong. We'll tell their story and lay out the facts. Okay, and then for that one, I'm just going to write comparing the 2 players. Okay, does that kind of make sense what we're going to be doing?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Okay, so the next page, I'll let you take over and we can go from there.
Wait, so I'm reading?
Yep, go ahead and read.
Scoring. Michael Jordan launched himself into the air. With his tongue hanging out and the ball in his right hand, the Chicago Bulls superstar flew towards the basket. Everybody watching the game expected Jordan to deliver another amazing dunk.
What was most important that you just read from that paragraph, you think?
That Michael Jordan is a star of the Chicago Bulls.
Okay, I like it.
And he's known for dunking.
Yep. All right, go ahead and read the next paragraph.
But while in midair, Jordan noticed a defender in his way. At the last moment, Jordan moved the ball to his left hand. On the way down, he flipped the ball off the backboard and through the hoop. It was another spectacular basket for Jordan, a man who is known for making the amazing look routine. It was just one of many great moments in the 1991 NBA Finals when Jordan and the Bulls defeated the Los Angeles Lakers.
What was your note? What would be a note that you would jot down there?
That Michael Jordan has great awareness, and he they in the finals. In the 1991 finals, they defeated the Los Angeles Lakers.
Yep. Okay. Go ahead with the next paragraph.
Nearly 20 years later, LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers trailed the Orlando Magic by 2 points with only 1 second left in an important playoff game. A teammate threw the ball inbounds to James, He caught it, soared above his defender, and launched a long shot.
Okay, we'll go to the next one since it's kind of not complete. Yeah, it looks like there's some more. So go ahead.
As the buzzer sounded, the ball dropped through the hoop for a three-pointer and the Cavaliers' victory.
Okay, what
Throughout,
was most important?
um, that that LeBron James made a three-pointer to win a game against the Orlando Magic.
Yep. Yeah, go ahead and keep reading.
Throughout the history of basketball, there have been a lot of great scorers. Jordan and James are two of the most talented scorers to ever play. There's a lot more to being a great scorer than simply piling up points. The great ones know how to score in many ways. The best can score in creative ways, as Jordan did against the Lakers. They can also score in dramatic ways, like James did against the Magic. Comparing only their comparing only their scoring averages, it would be easy to give the advantage to Jordan. In his 15-year career, Jordan averaged an amazing 30.1 points per game. That's an NBA record. He also won a record for 10 scoring titles. No other player has won more than 7. Meanwhile, through 2017, James had played 14 seasons, averaging 27.1 points per game.
All right. If you were writing a note down for those three little sections, what would your main point be from those three?
That Michael Jordan, and LeBron James are two of the best players, and that hold a lot of records, and they've each played for over 10 seasons.
Yeah. Played for a long time. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and read the next one.
One other factor to consider is that James's totals all come out from the prime of his career. Jordan sat out almost 2 full seasons at age 30 and 31, still peak scoring years, when he temporarily retired after leading the Bulls to three straight NBA titles. His stats also include a sharp decline in his final 2 seasons when he came out of retirement again and to play for the Washington Wizards. Subtract those 2 years from his totals, and his career average jumped to an incredible 31.5 points per game.
Do you know what prime of his career means?
Yeah.
Like when he's at his best?
Yeah.
What would you jot down from that one?
Jot down that even though they played close to the same amount of seasons, Michael Jordan also sat out almost 2 full seasons, and he temporarily retired. And after that, he didn't play very good as he was before.
Yeah, I think he was 40 when he was playing. Yeah, 38. So he was older for the NBA. Okay, you can keep reading.
But points alone don't tell the story of these two great players. While James has scored fewer points, he has also taken fewer shots than Jordan. In fact, Jordan has averaged about 3 more shot attempts per game than James has averaged. James has actually been a slightly better shooter than Jordan was. James made 50.1% of his shots throughout his first 14 seasons, including 34.2% from his three-point range. Jordan made 49.7% of his career shots, including 32.7% beyond the arc. There's one area which Jordan has a big advantage over James, at the free throw line. Jordan was deadly from the line, shooting 83.5% over the course of his career. James has been good but not great, checking in at 74.0%.
What was most important of everything you just read from those little sections?
That Michael Jordan has shot probably a lot more shots than LeBron James had, and LeBron James has slightly better percentages from shooting.
Yeah, sounds good. Go ahead, keep reading.
Um, During their careers, Jordan and James both displayed the ability to score from anywhere on the court. They came through in some of their team's most crucial moments. They both delivered many last-second game-winning shots, but they were different types of scorers. The style of play in the NBA has changed a bit since Jordan retired. Teams are emphasizing the three-pointer much more than in the past, so it makes sense that James has relied much more on three-pointers. Through the 2017 season, since 2017, he had already taken more than twice as many point shots than as Jordan did in his entire career. James also became a more accurate shooter as his career went along. In his first 8 seasons, he made 32.9% of his three pointers. He bumped that average up to 36.1 over his next 6 seasons. His shooting percentage also climbed as he improved in his inside game. Using his big body, James learned how to put his back to the basket and beat opponents in low post, resulting in many more attempts closer to the hoop.
What was most important from there that you just read? What stood out to you?
That after Michael Jordan retired, people were using a lot more three pointers, and LeBron James has shot twice as many three pointers than Michael Jordan
Yeah,
did in his whole entire career. So
yeah. 3 points is worth more than two, so makes sense, right?
yeah,
Yeah, go ahead.
Jordan was exceptional at getting to the rim and scoring on dunks and layups. With his with his talent and creativity, he may have been the best player ever around the rim. And Jordan knew how to use those scoring skills to take over games. He poured in 50 or more points in a game 31 times, compared to just 10 times for James. Those outbursts those outbursts included a career high 69 points against the in a in a 1990 game against Cleveland and a 55-point game against the New York Knicks in 1995, in his fifth game back after taking a year and a half away from the game in his prime. Jordan also learned how to Jordan also learned how to change his game as he got older. Specifically, he took and made a lot more three pointers. James had Jordan had only 5 seasons with more than 100 three-pointers, but 3 of those seasons were his last three with the Bulls. He made he made 36.9% of his threes in that stretch. While they were different types of scorers, neither could be easily stopped, and both worked hard to turn their weakness into strength.
What was most important? What note would you write down from that page?
Um, I'd probably say that Michael Jordan got a, had had a better games, like a lot
Yeah,
more high scoring games, and Michael Jordan's last few seasons, he shot a lot more three pointers and made a lot more.
yeah. Sounds good. Okay. Next
Rebounding.
chapter. Go ahead.
Jordan was a shooting guard. James had mostly played small forward. Neither position was expected to contribute many rebounds, but both players proved to be excellent rebounders anyway. Height and talent helped players grab rebounds. Perhaps the most important quality to being a good rebounder. However, is a desire to get the ball that requires. However, wait. Oh, height. That required playing hard all the time. Few played harder than James and Jordan. During Game 3, of the 2016 NBA Finals. James showed what extra effort could do. He missed a shot near the basket, but out-muscled three Golden State Warriors to grab the rebound. Powering past the defenders, he went to back to the basket and scored.
What was most important about the rebounding section there? What stood out to you?
That even though they played positions that weren't expected to get many rebounds, they still got a lot of rebounds. And yeah.
Okay, go ahead and keep reading.
At 6 feet 8 inches tall and 250 pounds, James is a big, powerful man. As the as the Warriors found out that during his that di- as the Warriors found out that season during that series, his size and power makes him a really good rebounder. But he doesn't just rely on his body to collect rebounds. He is a smart player. Because of that, he knows how to get in position to get the rebound. And when the ball bounces off the basket, he stops at nothing to get it. Bigger and stronger than Jordan, it's a little surprise that James has posted better rebounding numbers. Jordan averaged 6.2 per game in his career, with a peak season average of 8.0. Through his first 14 years, James averaged 7.3 rebounds per game with a career high season of average of 8.6. But statistics don't tell the whole story. Opportunity is an important factor in comparing rebounding stats. And Jordan played with some great rebounders. When you've got Charles Oakley, Horace Grant, and Dennis Rodman on your side, you don't have the need or the chance to grab many rebounds. When his team needed it, Jordan knew how to get the ball. He often made his rebounds look amazing too. During one game against the Portland Trailblazers, Scottie Pippen of the Bulls was shooting a free throw. Jordan waited behind the three-point line. As Pippen released the ball, Jordan exploded towards the basket and launched himself in the air. Pippen's shot missed, but before anyone else could get to the position for the rebound, Jordan grabbed the ball with one hand in midair and slammed it home for a dunk. The play was possible because, like James, Jordan was a smart player. That allowed him to be in the right position to get many of his rebounds.
What was the main idea? What was most important from that page?
That the statistics and everything because um Jordan, even with a lot of good rebounders, Michael Jordan still was able to get. He played smart to get his rebounds and was still a good rebounder and with a
Yeah.
lot of credits.